Now, looking ahead to your first year as a priest, what are you looking at? I'm sure you and the other transitional deacons are kind of thinking, who's going to what parish? Have you ever talked about that?
So there has been almost no movement the last 3 summers, just because of COVID.
Yes.
And so it's like really been charging up this archdiocese. Like there's so many guys who are overdue to leave, who are definitely going to leave this summer. And so it's really hard to predict, really hard. And I'll say, not speaking of individual parishes, obviously, but parishes are so different, so different. I mean, every pastor isn't Father Dat. You know what I mean? Personalities of pastors are so different.
Yes.
Kind of visions, understandings, like staffs. I mean, some staffs are very small. Some are huge. Some places have schools.
Yes.
Some places have 2 or 3 parochial vicars. Some places have 1. It's just very interesting how we're entering a life where, yeah, I know like generally like what I'm going to be and who I'm going to be as a priest. But how that's going to look depending on my assignment.
Yes.
You know, I mean, there's some places that have a ton of funerals or a ton of weddings. You know, St. Faustina has a ton of baptisms.
Yes.
'Cause it's a really young parish. Like you were just saying, like we have a hard time shooting here. There's so many baptisms.
Yeah, because it's hard to schedule with all the baptisms sometimes. Yeah.
And so just the different types of places it could be. And I just trust that I'm going to get assigned somewhere where God is going to use my skills or he's going to refine me. He's going to make me holier. You know, I have to trust that. I'm saying that to you as I say it to me. So I can't get too anxious about where I'm going to go because we have to believe as Catholics that every single moment of our life is divine providence. Like Jesus allows it and knows that it will bring us closer to him. So it's fun. It's fun. I mean, I joke with people that I'm going to come to St. Faustina. You know, I mean, there's a chance.
I would think that's a big chance because Father David Michael's been here for 3 years now. So he's pretty much due to move. And I'm sure there are a lot of other parishes that want him to come over.
Which the reality is, I hope, I mean, who knows? There's so many good guys who could come here. Some of the guys who are coming off their first assignment, you know, the guys in Father David Michael's class could come here too. Any of my class could come. It's a class of 3, but Father Joseph White's also coming off the board.
He's coming back.
He's come back from, and he's been here, so he makes a ton of sense. A lot of people throw Father Joseph and I out for St. Faustina. So that's the one thing. I think that's a safe observation to make about potential assignments because it's so out there and people say it all the time. But yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It's fun to kind of to play that game of who goes where.
And you only find out a day before. People are always they're so like, crazy. Do you know where you're going? I'm like, no. When do you find out? At rehearsal the day before ordination.
You try to get hints from the priests and nobody says anything, huh?
Well, it's funny. So last year, I know a lot of people on the personnel board. And people, they're never going to tell. But like you can almost just tell from like the way that they're behaving that it's going to be okay. Like I knew that Father Chad was going to like his assignment. The last conversation I had with someone who was on the personnel board didn't tell me anything, but I could just kind of tell like that they knew that it was going to be good. And I was like, okay, that's a good. So I actually guessed St. Elizabeth's Annecy.
Oh, really? Oh boy.
Like 10 minutes before. I was way off before that, but I kind of lined it up that day of. We'll see.